recovery period. So maybe sometimes I will stop for a moment to stop my cough and all that. So just bear with me. But otherwise, I'm all right and I'm doing well. Well, today we have got a session on management training process. The session is on event management. This is our last but one session. After this, we will have a general session. So today we are going to talk about event management, and you understand that event training is an event. Whatever training program you conduct, it's an event, and therefore ultimately the crux of everything lies in the event that is being conducted. So if all your planning and your preparations and everything is quite okay, you're doing fine, but your event is not materialized properly, then everything is lost. And therefore, you must understand that event management is one of the most important thing that a trainer has to think about. Whether he is working for in any organization, managing the training portfolio, or even for the people who are the freelance trainers or training consultants who are going to conduct their own training programs, and that's an event. Okay, so event management is one of the most important things. There are certain things which you need to, everyone needs to look within and be careful about it, so that ultimately the program becomes uh, to the to the liking or to the desire of what one has really thought of about the program. Well, to do that, I will start with what is an event. Yes, and for that, I will start with sharing my PowerPoint presentations with you.
Sir, cannot hear. Sir, I cannot hear.
Yeah, put it in the chat. I think you will be able to understand. Please put it on the chat.
Sir, unmute yourself. Sir, unmute yourself. Sir, unmute. Sir, unmute. Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
I think he needs to be told through his mobile. ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ମୁଟ୍ କରି ଚଲେଇଛି ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରି ଚଲେଇଛି କି ଶୁଭୁନି କ'ଣ କହୁଛି
chat section ରେ ଲେଖବୁ କି
ଲେଖା ହେଲା
ଲେଖାଲେ
ସେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଲେଖିଲେଣି
Okay, now I've done it.
yeah thank you yeah now it is audible.
Okay.
We were not able to hear anything, in fact.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Now again, I have to share it.
Right.
Mhm. Can you see it now?
No, we are not able to see it.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I'll start from the beginning. Yeah. So we are talking about event management. Today's session is on event management. We have talked about what is an event. An event can be described as a public assembly for the purpose of celebration, education, marketing, reunion. It can be classified on the basis of the size, type, and context. Very simple thing. Event can be of different kinds on the basis of its purpose for which the event is being conducted. It can be classified on the basis of the size, type, and context. There are various types of events. It can be a corporate event, the event that is being conducted by any corporate for any purpose. The education and career events, educational purpose or career, for talking about the career, discussing about the careers, guiding people regarding their career. It can be a social event. It can be a marriage event. It can be a birthday. Any various kinds of events can be happening, social events, and it can be a marketing events. A marketing events for marketing any particular product, because events are the process by which one can really market their products very well. So it can be a marketing event. So there are various types of events which can happen. Well, now let us see what is an event management. Event management is a process of analyzing, planning, and you can understand that event is important, but the most important thing is event management. Because it is by the event management we are going to achieve our goal of a particular kind of event to its success, to its successful completion. It's possible only when we can manage our event. And for managing an event, all the process, managing the management process is to be followed. And for that, analyzing, planning, marketing, producing, and evaluating is an event, is the process of that. So you have to analyze a particular event, how we're going to conduct it, what are the requirements, what the process should be involved in it. You have to plan for it, then to market it. For any event, we need to market it, because if the people who are going to attend the program, they are really going to going to justify the result of the event, and therefore you have to market the product, market the event being the product here, and then producing that event means completing that event, uh, concluding that event, and I mean doing that event, and then ultimately evaluating that event, what's went wrong, what we can do better for the next process of events. It's a different way of promoting a product. It's actually event is a way of promoting a product or a service or an idea. If an event is managed efficiently, it can be used as a very powerful promotional tool to launch or market a product or service. And in fact, if it is properly managed, it can promote or launch any product or market or service very effectively. Event management requires certain core values. So for every product or service, there is certain core values, and those core values are to be deployed every element of that process of conducting that event, that process or decision to justify that professional approach. So event management requires certain core values depending upon the product and the service that you're going to talk about or going to promote or market. So event management is basically is a process of analyzing, planning, marketing, and producing an event, and it's used as a promotional tool for promoting any launching or marketing any product or services. Well, given that, let us now see that what is a process. I mean, through which steps we should make an event management. So, event management process: initiation, planning, execution, controlling, and closure. Initiation means you have to start with the process, initiate the process, and then the planning about that process, that how to go about further, and then ultimately how to execute it and how we should conduct it, do it, and then the control functions, the controlling it, what went wrong, what may go wrong, how we're going to control it, manage it, and then ultimately the closure. So an event management process is a simple process, but it's a active and dynamic process where initiate, planning, execution, control, and closure are to be taken into account. So now let us first see that initiation process. Initiate to initiate a event management process, you have to need to announce the project, that what project we are going to start with, the purpose of that project, what is the purpose for which the program is being conducted, to identify the project. I mean, the identifying the project means all the elements of the project is to be identified. Who are the people who are going to manage the event, the management members, and their roles they are going to take up in accomplishing that particular event. And out of this, there are three different things which comes up: is determine the goal and scope of the project. Other is the project, what is the goal, and what is the scope of that project. I mean, what we are really going to achieve with that, and what is the purpose for which the project is being conducted. Identifying the core team, the people who are going to conduct the program, the carry on the process. For every event to happen, there must be some communication channel methods. In the channels, there may be various kinds of channels, communication channels. The frequency may be different, the contents may be different. So, uh, those are to be taken into account in the initiation process. But for any initiation process, it consists of formally validating or authorizing the project. I mean, the project has to be authorized or validated. That includes its feasibility study. This is a project which is feasible to accomplish, and for that, there are certain preliminary requirements studies to be made, and so that feasibility study is accomplished, and so it's validated. The program is valid. It is possible to happen, and it's going to happen in this such and such way. And that is the initiation process. Now let us see the planning. The planning phase. The planning phase is planning phase. Identify, and there are certain things which you have to take care in the planning phase. Identify the required the tasks, those are required to achieve project goals. what are the tasks that we need to accomplish during that project, during that period, to accomplish that project goal, and what are the estimated efforts required in accomplishing that. Identify the risk and develop plan to control them. What are the risks uh, which may be involved in it, and we need to develop a plan to control such risks. Estimate required staffing levels and specialties. How many staffs are required, and of different levels and their specialties. That has to be taken into account. Estimate the quantity and timing of materials and equipments needed. What are the materials and equipments needed for that purpose? Define the task sequence and develop a schedule. And that's very important for any project. The task sequence, that in what order the work will happen, the process will happen, and develop a schedule for that. What are the estimated cost, labor, material, facilities, etc., and develop the budget for it. So at the estimated cost, labor, materials, uh, and facilities that is required, and the development of a budget for that is required. So that is in the planning phase. Then comes the execution phase. Execution phase is that phase where we are actually executing the process, or continuing that process, and so that in the project plan, initially we will make project plan as you have seen earlier, and those are the pre-event activities. And the execution process is the event. Those are actual events to continue that project, to accomplish that project. So execute the project plan and accomplish the project goal. So once you've made a plan, so there are certain pre-event activities. Now actually the project is being accomplished, and that's your execution process. What is required to be done when the actual event is going to happen, and ultimately what is the product or the goal? What is the product, the goal? Uh, and the product or the goal will happen on the day of when the scheduled activity is going to take place. Activities in the scheduled day. So that is the product of the what has been thought of, what has been planned, and realistically those are being manifested, and that is the activities on the scheduled day. So there is an execution phase which is important. The continuing phase. Continuing phase means after the execution, it will continue to for certain objectives. Number one, you need to monitor, measure, and report the performance of the project activities and what has been happened, what has happened, the monitoring of that entire project, measuring the thing various parameters, reporting the performance of project activities, verifying that project is running within the scope, controlling the changes to the project. If any change is required to be made in between because of certain requirement, certain emergent issues, how we are going to control the changes. That is also important. So monitoring, measuring, and reporting of the performance is important. Verifying the project is running within the scope is also very important. And controlling the changes to the project is inevitable for any project, that there are certain changes will come in between because of certain issues that may come up, emerging issues that may come up. So how we are going to control that? Schedule, and for that, the various continuing process, the control process is required. Number one, the schedule control, the cost control, the quality control, risk monitoring and control. So schedule control, the schedule through which the process is to be continued, that has to be controlled because it should remain within the parameters. Neither the time should be much overlapping. I mean, it should not cause the time, nor it should be very less. It has to be within the decided scope and planned process. The cost has to be controlled within its budget. That's important. The quality has to be controlled. The the purpose for which the program is being conducted and what is desired to achieve from that program, that quality has to be controlled and maintained. Risk, monitoring the risk and controlling it is also very important. So that control process, continuing process here is just like a control process. We need to monitor, measure, and report the performance of the project. It has to remain within the scope and need to control the changes. So there are various kinds of control which have to be taken into account. And then comes the closure. And once the project is project is continued, the project is accomplished, it has to be closed. It has to be closed. Yes, the product is delivered and the goals are met. Means that ultimately the event happens. Uh, the results come in front of us. Product is delivered and the goal is achieved. Now, but before that, we cannot just complete and we cannot just close the things just here. There may be certain things, there are certain things which need to be taken into account even before completing the whole thing. Resolving the open issues. There may be certain issues which are yet open because all the contracts that has been taken into account while conducting the program may not have been closed right now. The payments are to be made, certain issues, certain agreements are to be accomplished. So those resolving the open issues is important. Complete the contractual obligation. The contractual obligations for making payments or any other thing that is required to be done as per the agreement, that contractual obligations are to be made. Complete the paperwork of formal completion. Paperwork that to be done, various performance issues, the reports, the monitoring, the control statements, and all that are to be taken into account, and those are to be accomplished in this paperwork for formal completion. And ultimately, evaluation is how the program has been conducted, what is the result, or whether it is within the expected as per the expectations of, or it has gone beyond that. So that evaluation is important to be done. Now that evaluation will become a guidance for the future. And then come the documentation. And documentation is important because whatever has happened today on accomplishing a particular project, one will forget that. So if those are documented, there may be certain issues, there may be certain things which you may have seen in that process of accomplishing the project, where there are certain things which are very good and certain processes that have been taken up is very good, which can be helpful to be to use in future. So documentation is a process where everything will be documented. The entire process will be documented. Now the various steps taken will be documented, and that documentation will become a guidance for the future work, for the future programs, whenever that those are to be conducted and continued. So a closure will have when it is delivered, resolving the open issues, completing the contractual obligations, completing the paperwork for formal completion, evaluating the project, and ultimately the documentation is to be made, which will become a handy thing for the future reference and a reference for any purpose that may come in future, that may one may have to take care of in future.
Excuse me, sir. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Can we go to the execution process, the previous slide?
Yes.
So when we talk about execution process, so generally execution is on that particular day. That is like similar to implementation. So what all has been planned and designed.
Yeah.
So why we are talking about project plan and execution? Project plan has already been covered in our planning process.
No. Here it says the project plan is the initial thing through which the execution will take place. Project plan is the initial thing, whatever we have planned. Now we are going to execute it. So project plan is followed by execution of the project plan. No?
Basically, if I see the relevance, so it is more about executing on that particular day and on the scheduled day. And
Of course, it is executing
okay,
on that particular day. But what is the basis on which you are executing? The basis is the plan that you have already made. Because whenever we are executing anything, we are doing it on the basis of the plan that we have already made. So basis is what? Basis is the plan. So
but
it
would
is,
it come in the execution process? I understood it's the
yeah,
after of
understood.
our planning,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
would
yeah.
it come in the execution process, the
See,
project
when
plan?
you talk about execution process, we need to first refer to the plan also, We just cannot say that you just out of the blue we have started executing a plan. You have to say that we have started from that plan. Now, on the basis of that plan, we have executed this such and such thing on a particular date or in a particular process. So that's why the project plan is being referred to. Although in the execution, plan has got nothing to do. That way you are right. Execution is executing what we want to execute. But it's
Exactly.
simply
Like,
that is simply a reference. That a
right.
reference for the
So,
plan. Sorry. So execution is actually the middle thing. The executing the project plans and
exactly. That was what
accountability for the
was my
project.
doubt.
Of course.
Right. Because
So
it's more
therefore that
about, a dry run, the pilot program and executing on that particular day,
uh,
the
mhm,
activities. I
mhm,
got it. Thank you.
right. Okay. So now we have got, so we have seen certain things. I'll just once again I will, we have talked about what is an event. We have talked about what is types of event, what is event management process, initiation, planning, execution, control, and closure. Initiation process that you have seen. The planning phase is important because you have to plan everything. Then the execution process, where you actually execute the particular project. Then the control process or the continuing process, and then there is closure. So if you have got any other question on this, any question, you can most welcome to ask, please.
Actually, here is also what we have learned during our training program, ROI. Here also that ROI is also involved, return on investment.
Yes, it depends upon your purpose for which you are conducting the program.
Right.
If you think that it is need to be return on investment is to be found out, you can
Hmm.
connect it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, right.
Depends upon the purpose for which the training is being conducted.
Okay.
Are you taking it as an investment, or
Yeah,
in what purpose?
like for example, if it is a sales type of event where a lot
Where
of people come in go,
exactly,
so ultimately we have to think in
absolutely,
the terms of whether it has given us return in our sales or something of that sort.
right.
Yeah,
So it depends upon the purpose, and you
yeah.
are absolutely right. Particularly in the sales programs, you have to connect it to your investment. Yes,
Hmm.
what return you're getting. Yeah.
So basically, when we are understanding this event management, so when we are conducting a training, it's an event management. So that's why this relevance is there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an
So,
event management.
right. So, like when we are executing a training, so definitely we would try to understand what's the ROI.
Yes, of course, we'll see the ROI. Depends upon that how you are connecting it to the investment. See, you can make an event for just for the sake of fun, or you can do it for the purpose of some charitable work, or you are doing it for some investment. If that investment is connected to it, then ROI is to be seen. Definitely, you have to see the ROI. Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
Thank you.
But see that ROI is already be taken into account in the planning phase. Say you'll plan for it, the return on investment, and then if that can be the program is accomplished properly, then ROI will be automatically achieved out of it. Yes, ROI is to be seen. Definitely, you want us to see.
Right.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
agree to it. It has to be seen.
Uh,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah, please.
sir, just wanted to request you to take the previous few slides so that I can just take a screenshot. I missed those, I
Which
think.
side?
The one before, sir. The three before this. Yes, sir.
Yeah, is this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you zoom out?
It's already zoomed.
No, no. The zoom out, sir. It is showing a bit blurred in my screen. That's why.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Done?
Done, sir. Thank you so much.
You can please ask me some questions. I'll get some break out of it. I think I have got a question to you. Do you really understand what is event management? Can somebody tell me what is event management?
Say for example, we are going for a big showdown. And when you are going for a big showdown, what happens, we want to tell people, actually what we want to do, So for example, we are going for as you have rightly said, assembly of people and all. Now, is there anything like, pre and post for this? Or like, we call it in training, pre-training may what was his skills and knowledge, and after that, so for example, here what will happen is, footfalls, like for example, in a particular shop, if he has organized an event, what was the footfall, initially, and what will the footfall after the event? Does it sound relevant to you?
Can I rephrase the question? Question is, what is the need of event management? If I ask you this question, what will be the answer? What is
The first thing is, publicity. It gives a lot of publicity. People come to know that here is an organization, and he is into this. That is a very important thing. It's more like an advertisement, publicity, to tell people that we are somebody.
That is the marketing of that particular event.
Okay.
When you are publicizing, that is marketing of the event, that is, I am yet to come there.
Okay.
How to market the event.
Okay.
But ultimately, what is the purpose of an event management? Why do you need to manage an event? You understand what is event. Now, if I ask you what is the need for managing an event, so what will be your answer? Say, for example, if an event can be that you are working in an organization, you are conducting a training program in your organization. That's an event. Another thing may be that you are already a freelancer training or a training consultant. You are going to conduct a training program.
Lot of disturbance is there. I don't know. Lot of disturbance.
There is some sound.
Yeah, lot of disturbance. I think somebody has to unmute. Mute. Somebody has to mute.
Now, it's okay now.
Yeah, somebody has to mute because there is
someone is trying to speak, I guess, and there is network issue. Someone is trying to speak.
Okay.
So, what is the need for managing an event? That is my question. If you can answer to that, what is the need for managing an event? Anything that comes into your mind. So, as I told you, you are a freelance trainer, or you are conducting a training program in your organization.
It will reflect on the efficacy of the program if you have managed it well.
How does it matter? A reflection on the efficacy of the thing. How does it matter? Nobody, you don't need anyone's certification. Why should you bother about it?
Like for example, say for example, we are organizing an event, and when we organize an event, what happens? We want that more people should come and witness the event. And
why do you want that more people should come?
To know about our organization, or to know about the purpose of the organization, of the event purpose, because every event has a purpose.
Okay.
Because every event has a purpose and objective, and we want our purpose and objectives to be known. Like for example, Polio Plus, campaign which is going on, and for that, an event has been organized that your little babes, next Sunday, there'll be a Polio Plus campaign, and you should bring your children, and they'll be given Polio Plus. So that is another objective also.
Now again, I have to phrase a question again. Why do you conduct a program? Why do we conduct a training event? What is the purpose? Can you tell me? What is the purpose?
Cover a big mass of people.
Yeah, knowledge, skills, obviously. Knowledge, skills. When we organize a program, a training program, the objective is to hone our knowledge and skills.
Hone your knowledge?
Yeah, knowledge and skills, and that will reflect on the business of the organization.
The knowledge and skill of whom? Which people?
Of the individual, trainees. I'm talking of trainees.
Of the employees or the people.
Yeah.
Why it is required? It should come into the reality, the product.
and
Yeah.
ultimately that will reflect on the
Yes.
organization productivity. That will reflect on the
So,
productivity, sales of the organization.
So now come to this point. Any event has to be conducted. It has got a purpose for which the event is being conducted.
Right.
If the purpose is not met,
Hmm.
but the event is conducted, it is useless.
Hmm.
So every event has to be justified by its result,
Hmm.
right? The
Hmm.
result for which the event is being conducted. If you are conducting a training program in your organization, you want your employees to gather to develop their skills so that then they can really deliver the purpose, the results from the in the organization. If you
Right.
are conducting a training program for yourself, you are as a freelance trainer, you are going to get an ROI on that. You are going to earn something out of it, and people are being motivated, and more people are being. I mean, they are going to be with you. I mean, you are going to propagate your credibility in the market. So therefore, there is a need, the purpose for which an event is being made. Now, if there is a purpose, that means what? The event has to be managed properly so that whatever we have desired to achieve should be achieved. So there is a need for managing the event. If you do not manage it properly, for managing that, there are certain other steps which you'll see that we need to manage it properly so that we can get the real results that is expected out of that particular program. So, event management is important because event management will enable us to achieve the real purpose for which the programs are being conducted, whether it is in an organization or it's an individual person or a training consultant or a training freelance trainer, whosoever it may be. So there is a purpose, and the purpose has to be met. Okay, I think you have understood it. Yeah.
Right.
So let me just continue further. It's better we talk at the last. Next, when we are going to make an event, for that, as you have seen earlier, that for every event there must be event planning. But for making an event plan of an event, we need to see what is the, we need to make some market research. Market research in event planning is important. Market research or the existence of market means what kind of training program that we are conducting. Say if we are conducting a training program within the organization, we need to see whether this kind of training program is really fruitful or beneficial for the people in the organization so that they can really deliver better things to the organization. So that is the existence of market within the organization. But if you are conducting a training program as a freelancer or a training consultant, you have to see that whether in the market there is need for such training, where there is a need for existence of market is there. People are demanding for such kind of program. So that market research, and if there is a market research, will enable us to understand what is the importance of this program, what is the demand of this program, and accordingly we will make our event planning. And for this, we need to make some market analysis. Market analysis here means finding the people who are really interested in making such kind of uh, attending such kind of a training program. That means the target group for which such training programs can be conducted and their characteristics. Who are the people? What is their ultimate goal? What is the purpose for which they're attending the training program? It will guide us to make our event planning properly so that we can make our event accordingly. So you can understand that market research and event planning is important. Market research is to find out the existence of the market and then analyzing the market in terms of the target group and their characteristics. Well, when we are working, we are within an organization and we are conducting a training program, then this is one situation. The another situation is this.
Sorry. When you are talking of existence of the market, you mean to say, suppose you would like to highlight a particular product in an event. So you are trying to find out whether there is a market for that product or not. That is what you mean by market research.
Yes, market research means what kind of training program you are going to conduct. Now, say for example, you are a training consultant. We are going to conduct a training program. But that training program, when you conduct, the people should come and join your training program.
Right.
And people will join only when there is a demand for it.
Okay.
Are you getting my point?
Right.
You are going to conduct a training program. You are making advertisement through your Facebook and all other media,
Mm.
but nobody is interested to join that program. Then what will happen? Ultimately, the program will get flop. So ultimately, we have to see, make a research that what kind of training program is in vogue today, what kind of training program people are interested today, whether a market is existing for it, right? So that is the initial thing. Are you with me? Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I'm getting a point, but one little query which touches my mind, and I thought I'll put it across is,
Come on.
you see, for example, I want to exactly know for what all reasons we need to conduct these events. Like, for example, there is admission is required in a college. Then what we do, we give advertisements in the newspaper, or we go to different colleges and organize a seminar.
Yeah.
But in the case of events, what is the objective here? For what all programs we need, where we want to do events? One or two examples from your side.
Just can you please rephrase your question once again?
What I'm trying to tell you is, like, for example, I want students in my institute. So what do? I give advertisements in the newspaper so that, students or parents, they apply and they get admitted in my school or college.
Fine.
Now, for example, for what purpose we need to do event?
For what purpose you need to do the event?
Yeah.
The purpose.
Why do we at all we go for events? What is the
Say in a college or an institute, when you are getting people, when you are going to different colleges and showcasing your product, and
Right.
people are joining that training program, what you are getting out of it? Tell me.
we are getting students because the objective is to get more students. So there we can say that it is an educational event. Can we tell that it is an educational event?
Just a minute, please. Why you are getting more student? By getting what more student? What you are getting out of it? You are getting more money. They
Yeah.
care about it. You are
Yeah.
earning out of it, and that is your purpose.
That is the purpose. Yeah, right.
For every student, you may be getting a $2,000 or $10,000.
Absolutely.
So if there are
Absolutely.
100 people join, you'll get 100 into that.
Right. So what I'm trying to tell is, this is a value addition to our earlier efforts. Like, we give advertisements at the same time. Also, we are doing event management.
Yes,
Am I right?
You have to see the ROI. If you give an ad, how it is going to increase our sales.
Okay.
It is going to increase it. If that is beneficial for us, we'll give ad. We'll give more ad in the Facebook, or we'll give more ad somewhere else.
Absolutely.
We'll augment it.
Right. Thank you.
ROI. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So market research and event planning. Then comes, as I told you earlier, whether you are within an organization or you are conducting a training program as a freelancer or a training consultant, there is competitor in the market. I think you need to understand this. So if you're working in an organization, there are competitors. Now you may think how we are competing. When you are working in an organization, you're giving training to your people, how we are in a competition. The way you can really develop your people, in the way the other people, the other organization develop their people, there is a competition in between. Because if you can do better, your people will become better. Your people will give better results to the organization. That itself is a competition. So that's one competition. Another competition is this: if you are conducting a training program in the market, then you have to see who are the other people who are also conducting such kind of training programs in the market, who are doing it, how they are doing it, what are the steps, what are the materials they're taking, what are the content of the program they're doing, right? What is the length of the program they're doing, how many days they're conducting the program, what is the cost of the program, right? And so how they are doing it, quality, what is the quality of that program, that's very important. If you really compete in the market with the best people, you have to see the quality of it. And then you have to see the competence, that what kind of competence do you have and what kind of competence the other people are having in the market. So if you're lacking in that, you have to make your plan to augment that. So that competence is also very, very important here. So, and then the threat, what are the challenges that you are likely to face in the market? What are the challenges that you may happen while dealing with other people who are conducting the training program? So what are the things that you need to think about? The or maybe certain weaknesses that you may have got, or the shortcomings that you have got, how can really remove it. So what are your threats, means what are your weaknesses and the challenges that you're facing, and what are your competitive strength? What are your competitive strength? What strengths do you have? Because that's very important to see that if your organization is having some strength, you must put all your efforts on that so that you can make new competitive clarity and you can really take benefit out of that. So, competitor analysis is important while marketing a product. That is, who are the people players in the market, who is there existing in the market, how they're conducting the program, how in terms of the process, the procedure, the material, then everything, the level of with the program, the quality of the program, what are the competence that they have got, which you may be lacking or you are doing it better than them, what are the threats and challenges and issues, the weakness that you have got, what are the competitive strength that you have got in comparison to vis-a-vis other people. So that competitor analysis is important. Then comes SWOT analysis and event planning. Yeah. Here to make your SWOT analysis. Means, as you know, that strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and strengths. What are the strengths that you have got on which you can really base, you can depend upon? What are the weaknesses that you have got and how you are going to overcome those weaknesses? Identifying the opportunities is very, very important. And the people who can really find out the opportunities, they can identify the opportunities, they really win. And the earliest they can find out the opportunity and identify the opportunity and work upon it, they become more successful people. And therefore, the opportunities are to be seen very clearly and work upon that without much delay at all. And what are the threats? What are the challenges that you've got? One should see very carefully, very clearly the challenges, the threats, the issues that may come up very clearly so that one can make a plan to avoid or mitigate those issues and threats. Therefore, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats are to be seen in event planning very clearly. Analysis report. And uh, one thing I just told you earlier somewhere, that while making event planning, one need to see whether this project is feasible or not. We are not, I have not written it very elaborately. That analysis is to be made, the feasibility of that project, feasibility of that project, feasibility in terms of the practicality of the program, whether the goal that you are thinking about is really achievable in terms of that program, really achievable or not. So that analysis, that feasibility study is to be made, and that analysis report is to be given, and there are certain contents in that. And in that analysis report of any program, there are certain contents. The contents are events planning with 5W concept. So 5W concept, why? The purpose for which the event is being conducted. The purpose has to be defined. Why the program is being conducted. Ultimately, what is the purpose for which the program is being conducted? That's the basic thing which will really motivate people and move people to work in the regarding the event in the project. What kind of event? What kind of event is this? What is the purpose for which the purpose we have said why? What kind of event is this? Is kind of event means, is it a charitable project or it is a profitable profit making project? What is the kind of event? Or it's just a gathering or without any earning or any profit making goal and all that. When the program is being conducted, date and time means that will tell us how quickly you have to move about, how quickly you have to make the plan and take all the details and make the necessary work. And that sometimes the program has to be conducted within 2 days or maybe on the next day. So there is a rush, big planning and all that, and that becomes a very important thing. So date and time is something very important when the product is being conducted, so that you can get enough time to work upon that. Where, what is the place, the venue where the product is going to be made? A very, very important issue, depending upon the target group for which you're making the program, the purpose for which the training is being conducted. So the place and the venue is an important issue. And then comes the who, is the person, the people who are coordinating, people who are conducting the training, that training process, that training is being conducted, who is going to do that, what is the team. So even planning with 5W concept means when you make an analysis report of all these 5 steps, why the program is being conducted, what kind of program is this, when the program is being conducted, where the program is being conducted, who is conducting the program. Then very important and very practical issues now we are going to talk about. Event venue selection is very, very important. Even venue selection will I mean it will depend upon, it will affect many things, you know. It will affect your target group, it will affect the cost of the project, it will affect the pricing of the project, that how much you're going to charge from the people, right? It will affect the success of your program, it will affect the liking of the people who are going to conduct the training program, going to attend the training program. So even venue selection is very, very important. About the elements in it, let us first see the elements. Venue will be decided by the target audience. I mean, what kind of people are they? You're talking about in an organization, whether it's a, I mean, the uh, top management people, or the middle level management people, or junior management people who are really going to attend the program. Or otherwise, with the training program, the people are being, those are desirable, and those are desirous of attending a training program which is of a high quality. They want to attend the training program in a 5-star hotel. It will depend upon the target audience. The guest size, the size of the people, the size of the guest, how many people will come, what will be the attendance, um, and accordingly, the event venue will be decided. Target audience convenience will depend upon how much people are really going to pay for it, and they want the expected convenience they are expecting from the training program, the target audience. The venue history. What is the history of that venue? When the people who are conducting the training program in that particular place, what is their experience in that? It sometimes may happen that even though prima facie it seems to be a good place, but then there are many other problems which comes in between, it crops up in between. So the experience or the history of that particular place, those who have already attended the training program, conducted training program there, what is the venue history? What are the venue services available? There are very small things which are very important in a training program for the successful accomplishment of a training program. So what are the venue services available, and are you going to get all those things there? What are the security arrangements? In case of any security issue, how the things are going to be dealt? If there is any security arrangement, if there is a fire, in case of any fire, when there is an exit path, and I can very easily people can move out of that place and all that. So security arrangements is an important issue. What are the venue fees? What is the price they're going to charge? Because if you are conducting a training program, you will ultimately, your purpose is to earn. How much you are going to charge from your people and how much they are going to charge, taking into all the venue fees. And because venue fees will involve your maybe the cost of the food, and maybe lunch and dinner, and maybe the breakfast and all that, and the tea and snacks and all that. So all those charges that to be taken, and along with that, the charges for other facilities, equipments, and materials that are going to provide you. So the venue fees are required. What is the, sometimes it's very important, the parking facility. The people are coming, maybe they're driving they're going to attend the program, they're driving their car, and then if however they're going to park their vehicles. So there should have convenient place where people can very easily park their vehicle, and attend the training program with convenience. So in event venue selection, the very small things, but very important issues are target audience, the guest size, target audience convenience, venue history, venue services, security arrangement, venue fees, parking facility, and all that. Now comes our next point, event marketing promotional campaign. And every event has to be marketed. Marketed here means that people should come and join the training program. Because when people joins, you earn out of it. And in an organization, people joins, our purpose is being delivered because the people will get their learning and they will be developed and they will contribute to the organization. So for that, we require to promote the event. And for that, we have to make a campaign. For campaigning, there are certain things which need to be done, that set up an advertising objectives. Advertisement is to be done. The objectives of the advertisement is to be set up and finalized. And then one has to decide the promotional activities, that what kind of activities are to be done to promote the particular program, what media that really we're going to use, whether it's the social media, the print media, even if you are going to use all those, to what extent you're going to use it, electronic media, one may use a webinar, one may use the email marketing, one may use the WhatsApp marketing. All these things are a small component of the entire campaign. So advertisement, promotional activities, media, social media, print media, electronic media, webinar, email marketing, and WhatsApp marketing. All these things have to be taken into account while making the promotional campaign. Event evaluation. The moment I say event evaluation, it ultimately shows you that the event has already been conducted. We have talked about event management, the 5 Ws concept. We have talked about event venue selection. We have talked about event venue selection. We have talked about marketing. And then we have already conducted the training program, the event. Now there is the question of event evaluation. Event evaluation is the next step, whether the objectives are achieved. Objective achieved means what you're looking for, what is the goal in conducting the training program. Have we achieved that? I mean, could we really achieve that? I mean, the desired number of people who attended the program, they have liked it, they have really got some value from the training program, where the objectives they achieved. And then the feedback from the people, the trainees, as well as the people who are managing the event. So feedback is important. Objectives achievement, feedback, that is a part of the event evaluation. Promoting event to past events and testimonials. Now, once you get that event feedback and you make an evaluation, we get certain things, as you have seen earlier. Somewhere in the beginning, I've said that event management, that happening of that particular event, and then there is documentation. And documentation helps us in writing down all those things what has happened in the training program, which you can really refer to in the future for any future programs. So those feedback ultimately is going to help us in augmenting our training programs in future. Whatever training program we are conducting today, that may become the basis for the successful completion of the next event. And today's good program can become a testimonial for us for the future program. And that is possible to be done through certain methods. That is number one, the website. If you put down the results of your training program, the details of your training program in the website, people will read through it and they will understand about the training program that you are conducting. The advertisement that you have given, that again is is something which can tell us that how this advertisement helped us to really conduct the training program. What is the contribution of the advertisement? The testimonial given by others. So it is a practice that some people, when they conduct a training program, they take a testimonial from the people where the training is being conducted, and that testimonial becomes an it helps us in influencing people, the future people, the future people who are really going to attend the training programs. It becomes a testimonial for us, and that testimonial is important, and one should intelligently receive those testimonials, gather those testimonials, and they can put it in the uh, website, or they can put it uh, in the in the social media, so that one can the other people may come to know about the programs being conducted by the organization. The photographs important, and those photographs which have been taken during the training program, that can be inserted in the social media or in the website, which will become a testimonial, and people will come to know about the training program and any other special event connected with the training program, any other gatherings or any other ceremony that is being conducted, or any promotional event that is being conducted regarding that particular past event, and that is something uh, really can help us to understand, to augment the training program. So you can see that there are certain things which are very important here. I want to glance through it. Now, when you say, I said that for every program that is analysis is to be made, that program is feasible to be made. And apart from that, the part of the analysis is that huh, event planning is 5Ws concept. Then why the training program is being conducted? What is what kind of event is this? When the training program is going to be conducted? Where the training program is being going to be conducted? Who is going to conduct the program? The person or the team that is conducting the training program. Event venue selection important, very important, because this is one of the most practical subject, because in fact everyone has to be very practical in choosing a venue, and in particular when somebody is doing it as a freelance training program, freelancer trainer, then you have to see the venue, how it is really going to help him to earn some money out of it. Target audience, guest size, target audience convenience, venue history, service, security arrangement, venue fees, parking facilities, and all that. Even marketing, promotional campaign. Promotional campaign, you have to make advertisement, you have to decide promotional activities, you have to use the media, the social media, print media, electronic media, if required, webinar, email marketing, WhatsApp marketing, and all that. And then you need to make event evaluation. Event evaluation will help us what is been achieved and what is the feedback, and that is going to be referred for our future programs. So there is the past events and testimonials, which can be made public, made to the people, known to the other people through the website, advertisement, testimonials, photographs, and special events. So with that, we come to the end of our today's session. Now, if you've got any question, you are most welcome to ask. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, actually, how do we? You spoke of special events. Kindly try to gel it with event special.
No, no, tell me the question once again, please.
The question is, like for example, when we are promoting events,
Yeah.
you spoke of special events. How can we take advantage of special events by
Okay.
conducting events?
Okay. So special events are like this. Say somebody, if you are going to conduct a training program for 5 days, suppose you want to conduct a training program for 5 days. Now, for 5 days, you may be charging, say, 10,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees. Now, the people who you are targeting, now you have to influence them, make them feel, give them a feel about the program. So, what do? You do 1 day free program. You do 1 day free program with some snacks, and the people may come for 2 hours or 3 hours. They attend that program. You give a snapshot or a glimpse of the program, glimpse of the program that you're going to conduct. Within 2 to 3 hours, you can influence them in such a way that some of them, many of them may be interested to join the 5 days program. This is a special event. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, right.
Right. This is a special kind of event. So
Mm.
it may be a small program, it may be 2 hours program, it may be 1 hour program, it may be a competition being conducted by you. So any
Right.
other special kind of event
Right.
which can influence them to join your actual program.
Right. Thank you.
It may also happen like this. I'm telling you, there are some people are doing like this. They are calling for the people who have already attended the program. So there may be 20, 30 odd people who have attended the program. They already come there. They come there and they go to the stage and talk about the program which is already conducted earlier. So that again influences the people who are going to join in future. So there may be any kind of special event. Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Ah.
Sir, this is pertaining to the assignment question where the question was for your organization, wherever you are working or you are likely to work in future, develop an instructional strategy incorporating all the essential elements involved in it.
Hmm.
So what I was thinking is ki, what all things I have to keep in mind when I say ki instruction strategy is the what will be my title of the program, what would be my learning objective, introduction, who will be my audience, content, methodology, duration, faculty, and when I'm writing the objectives, I'll keep in mind the participant behavior, conditions of performance, performance criteria, and training budget. Is what else will come in this answer, sir?
You see, you have said everything. An instructional.
When we say an instructional strategy, these are the things which came to my mind. What else?
No, just a minute. Instructional strategy is nothing but a training plan. Are you getting my point?
Okay,
Now,
sir.
people make a mistake here. Instructional strategy is substituted by instructional methods, instructional design. So these are not instructional methods or instructional design. This is instructional strategy. And instructional strategy, whatever you have said, that is included. But apart from that, you have to include the venue. You have to include the material that is going to be used. You are going to use the training manual. You are going to include the trainer's manual. You are going to include the trainee's manual. You are going to include the place, the venue, and the selection, the sitting arrangement. How they are going to sit. They all other materials that is required. So in an instructional strategy, everything is included which is required for a training program to be conducted, right from the training plan to the material that is going to be used. Everything has to be included in that. So if you have included all those things which you have said, you have included everything, but for a few things only. I mean the materials and the instruction manual and all that. Few things you have missed, but most of it.
So the TNI will also come in, like how we will conduct the TNI and all those things will also come in this answer.
How will you conduct that?
How will you conduct the TNI, and then based on the TNI?
How will you conduct the last word which you are saying? I could not get it.
Sir, training need indicators, like what are the training need indicators, and from the training need indicators, I will decide ki what should be my objective, training objective.
No.
And then how I will use the Bloom's taxonomy, all those things I will write.
Go through all those details. No, it's not possible.
Acha.
Give a glimpse of the entire program.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That will be already taken care of earlier.
Okay, sir.
The training methodology, training method.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was thinking ki what all to write, how many things will come in this answer. So I thought of asking.
Now it is already done. I think you have already answered it.
Yes, sir.
Some people may have already marked it also. Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir. Sir, and the training manual, we have to, like the trainees manual and the trainer's manual, which you said, it is, what I mean by it is a document, a Word document where I'm going to write, or where I'm going to share my materials, what all I am going to share in that training. That is it. Like whatever I'm going to teach my trainees, if I'm a trainer, and I'm moving into the classroom and I'm teaching my trainees. So whatever I'm going to tell, that thing only I'm going to put it in a Word document, and then I'm going to either give it in a spiral binding or I'm going to share it through the email. This is what I mean by a trainer's manual, or a trainer's manual is what I am going to refer if I am forgetting, and trainee's manual is what I am giving out to them. Is it?
Yeah, see, the trainer manual is those, it's a guidance to the trainer. The
Ha,
guidance being given by the people who are managing the training event. So they're
ha,
going to give some guidance out of that. So
ha.
that they can be, the trainers are guided by that. Yes, of course, how, what we are going to conduct there, what you're going to tell there, what will be the methods, what will be the use, the process used in that. It may go up to any detail depending upon the requirement. Depending upon the requirement, it may go up to any detail. It may be a very short one, it may be very detailed one, depending upon the kind of training program or the purpose of the training training program, right? So as you have said, it's rightly that yes, it is being used for the people who are going to conduct the training program, what they are going to do, and the trainees manual is that what they're going to learn out of the training program, what they are going to get out of this training program, and after attending this training program, what they are likely to, what kind of changes they're likely to get in their work environment or in their behavior, and that is the same. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is there any other question? Hello. Yes, please. No, the sound is not coming. Hello. Sound is not clear. No, sound is not clear. No, no, sound is not clear. No, sound is not clear. Anybody else? No question? So, we
Thank
call
you.
it a day.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for helping me in conducting the program. I was not very sure whether I'll be able to do it or not, but ultimately it has passed through.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you,
Anyway,
sir.
hope to meet you again. Be prepared with your questions. On the last day, we'll have only questionnaire session. Be prepared with your questions. If you've got anything to ask me, I'll be very happy to listen to your issues and reply to that as much as possible by me.
Thank
So
you so much.
be ready for that. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best and take care. Goodbye. Yes. आयो हो गया